Good morning. Earl Harville of Earl Harville Vox here. The morning warm up. If you have to be functional vocally in the morning, if you're a school teacher, if you're a voice teacher, if you're a performer who's got early rehearsal or something like that, the morning warm up is rather important to get your voice up and running appropriately. So I'm going to take you through a small little morning warm up routine. One of the first things you want to do is to get some physical stretching in. Super important that the body itself, aside from the throat, is limbered up, get some blood moving. I especially find it important to limber up the muscles in the upper part of the body. So you want to do some head rolls. You don't want to do head rolls in the back. You want to just go from one side to the other and not roll it in the back. Do a few of those each way. Shoulder rolls, extremely important. Extremely important. A few of those in each direction. One thing I like to do, I have my students do, is kind of stolen from the worlds of yoga and Pilates, the the C curve. So while pressing forward, let your spine curve into the shape of a C. So as your arms move forward, your lower back curves. Yes. And then back up again and do that 2, 3 times. All right. It's important to do some tongue stretches. Imperative that you do some tongue stretching as you prepare to vocalize. The tongue is a crazy strong group of muscles amongst the strongest muscle groups of the body. So it's important that you get them stretched out and limbered up as you prepare to sing. I like to do this little series here. Tongue out and up for a count of 4 and release and then repeat. And release. And again. And release. Then you do the similar action but going down. And release. And do that 2 more times. Another great one is to tip your tongue behind your front teeth, lower front teeth, and let the blade of the tongue move forward. Holding it for a count of 4, breaking for a count of 4, and then doing it again. And release. And a final go around. And releasing. Another good one, roll the tongue across the front of the teeth 4 times in each direction. And reverse. Excellente. Now we're ready to start actually getting the folds ready to go. If it's early, really early, and your voice is going to be a little groggy, you're going to do a little bit of a vocal fry. That crinkly sound. It's a slow and unsteady vibration of the vocal folds. It can be good to kind of start to wake them up a bit. So just do a little bit of that for a few seconds. All right. So the first warm up I like to do is doing some slides. I mean, you can choose between the lip trill or the tongue trill. You can use a hum. You can do the NG. The puffy O. Or the straw. Any of those will be great. Just slide up and down, I generally like to start from chest voice and slide up, then maybe some from head voice down, and then sirens. And then we start moving into scales. I like, personally, my first scale of the day, I like to go with the octave and a half pattern. I either start with a buzzy V, V, a puffy O, or the lip trill. I'm going to demonstrate first with the buzzy V. Now I'm already at my first bridge, but I'm able to get through there without a lot of hiccuping or hearing a break. So I'm able to get from chest voice into my middle voice, and I keep going, I'll get into head voice and all that kind of good stuff. We could do the lip trill. You can do the puffy O. Any of those kind of semi-occluded exercises, because they help us to approach the way we're using our air differently. It restricts how much air we're going to send up, the subglottic pressure, and it gives us this wonderful back pressure, supraglottic pressure, that actually helps the vocal folds to get into position and to close and vibrate more easily. Then I like to do some descending scales. On the puffy O. The buzzy V. Or any of the semi-occluded sounds. Once I've done some semi-occluded stuff, let me do this one. One of my favorites is the NG sound. And I like to actually use it staccato early in the day. So that's the broken double octave. NGs are great for chord closure and allowing us to feel nasal resonance. And by doing them staccato, not only are we helping in getting the vocal folds to close well, staccato also can help with releasing some what we call extrinsic muscle tension, the muscles on the outside of the larynx. But it also can help move some phlegm. And in the morning, we tend to have phlegm. So something staccato can help kind of blow that stuff out of the way. Another one that I very highly suggest is a hum with a tongue stretch. Again, tongue is huge. The tongue is a problem. And so we want to loosen the tongue up. And it's great to then do it while vocalizing, doing something that's got a lot of buzz and nasal resonance like a hum. So once then I've done all the semi-occluded stuff, then I can start adding something that's got more weight. So I would like to go with something like bub or goog or bub, or one of those sounds that can either be done really dopey if my voice feels really tired getting the day started, or if the warm up is going pretty smoothly and I want to get kind of into my mix really well, I'll go with something a little more speech like. So I'm going to take bub, 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 with just a little bit of whimper with it. Bub, 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 bub. Play the wrong note. Bub, 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 bub. Or you could use bub instead, which is has a little less pressure. Bub, 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 bub. Bub, 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 bub. Bub, 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 bub. Or you could do one. I love one. It helps us to find, it helps us to stay connected as we go between the registers, but it also helps us to drop excess vocal weight. One, 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 one. 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 So that took me all the way to my third bridge. You could do some scales that aren't the ordinary, like something that's in either the octave or the octave and a half. You can do a 2-octave scale. So now I want to use something with a G in it. So we're going to use gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Gug, 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 gug. Messed up the finger, but you get it. Get the point. Then some pharyngeal stuff, some stuff that's got some brightness, some ring to it. So you could use something like na, 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 na. The pharyngeal voice helps us to find some wonderful brightness and ring and ping without a push. Na 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 na. That's the tenor high C, C5. So pharyngeal is important if you're just in general in terms of vocal training for building, helping us build some power without push. And it definitely can be something good during your warm up to start getting you into your voice without extra pressure. Pharyngeal voice kind of thins chest voice out just a little bit and can plump up head voice a little bit, so it's easy to really bring them together and really get that solid mix going. One that I'd like to do a lot is with the tongue out. If I'm warming up earlier in the day, then I tend to again like to do it staccato. And notice I'm not going for a huge sound, I'm just letting it be ringy and open. These are some good exercises, some good tools to kind of get that voice going in the morning. I say don't rush your warm up. A dancer does not rush their stretching and warm up. And I think we as singers need to be as conscientious to our bodies as well. Take the time. Let this be a way of getting really in touch with your body as you prepare your voice for your day. A thoughtful warm up is more important than a fast, rushed one. Take your time with it. If something If there's a spot in your voice which seems stubborn, take your time working through that spot. Don't push through it. Find a way to be able to get through that area of the voice with less pressure, and then you can build back up with bigness. When it comes to warming up, start small. Start small. Even if you're a bigger voice singer like myself, start small. Let the warm up build incrementally, and you will feel so much better. Your voice will be more responsive to you over the course of your vocal day. All right, go try those. I think you'll enjoy them. Good morning, singing or speaking or whichever it is that you have to do with your voice.